All right, Coach, you want to start with a statement, then we'll take questions.
Yeah, I mean, good start to conference season. You know, anytime you sweep teams, that's a good thing. I thought, you know, we're still messing with some lineups, and I was telling them in the locker room, some of that's on me. I feel like we're still figuring out, I'm moving people around, passing, and this scout was tough. They have so many different kids. You didn't see a ton tonight, but they have so many different kids that play that, you know, some balls dropped that, I mean, on one hand, they have to own that they've got to be assertive and go for it, but some of it is maybe our scouting reports are a little bit too much, that we've got to make it a little simpler. So, and I thought we did some really good things. I just thought we had some uncharacteristic balls drop some, and so working on that. But overall, pretty good outing. But, you know, we got to continue to improve. We're going to play a Xavier team that swept Villanova, and then a Butler team that's doing well early in conference season too.
Questions for anyone?
Yeah, for both hitters, it seems like the offense got more efficient as the match going on. Did you see something from Villanova's defense that allowed you to kind of settle in better, or what do you think changed to help that?
Tim?
I think Kendra just kept mixing us up. I think we passed pretty good.
Sure.
Passed good. So she was able to mix things around. She got really involved, so I know that their blockers probably had to worry about that, and then also worry about us. I think we stayed aggressive. We covered pretty well. I think it was just easy to go after it, and everyone was doing a good job of telling each other where to hit and what was open.
Yeah, I agree with the communicating. Like, we knew there were some holes and gaps, and so people were talking to us and helping us find them, so it was helpful.
I guess how much for you did kind of the non-conference get you ready to see what you're going to see in conference?
Yeah, we had a very, very competitive non-conference, so I feel like it helped us. We were going up against some big girls, and so I had to learn how to swing a lot higher than I'm used to, and so I feel like that was great prep for this. We're obviously still going up a bunch of big blocks, and so it helped to translate into it, and now I'm swinging a lot higher, and it's helped a ton for sure.
Do you personally feel more comfortable?
Yes.
As a freshman and everything?
Yeah, I feel like the first, a while, I'd say. I mean, every time you go in, there's those nerves, but the more I'm playing and the more it's going on, especially with my teammates, they've been helping a ton, just make me feel comfortable out there, for sure.
Yesterday you said you needed the block shot more, and it really did in the second and third sets today. How did that impact the team?
Yeah, it's huge. You know, you saw a couple, we always call them drill transfers. Kiara had a great block that she dropped her hand. We've been trying to work on dropping hands. You know, Villanova had some specific trends that we were trying to really lock into, and I thought people did a pretty good job of honing into what we thought they were trying to do against us to try to match up on that. So Keeley had a really good block. I remember when, you know, number 5 was trying to go at us down the line. So it's still a work in progress for sure, but you know, we continue to make it a focus, and I think we're seeing some improvement.
Just for the players, I think it got better as the second set went on into the third set, but I think for the weekend, it was four net violations before ace blocks. Like, what do you feel like, from a technical standpoint, is still kind of working itself out in the blocking area?
I think we've been talking a lot about that we're getting a lot of good block touches, but not a lot of ace blocks. So we've just been trying to work hard at getting out fast, getting low and over. I don't know what the net violations are.
I mean, we occasionally have net violations. I wouldn't make. Sometimes I have years that I'm like, oh my gosh, we are in the net a lot. I don't necessarily feel that way with this group. I mean, there's occasional, and we are telling them they've got to get. I mean, the opportunity to get ace blocks is getting over the net more. So you know, you take some risks there, but you know, we definitely occasionally have net violations, but I don't think it's been a ongoing trend. I think sometimes they get pushed into each other. Kiara had one that I thought someone pushed her a little bit. Those things sometimes happen.
Yeah, it wasn't this. I know I mentioned net violations. I wasn't necessarily focused on that. I was focusing on the 1-to-1 ratio between the ace blocks and the net violations. Probably isn't something any team wants. So I guess from a technical standpoint, is it hands related? Is it positioning? Is it reading things? Or
The net violations?
No, the blocking itself. Just the whole. So I know it's something
There's a lot of different parts to it. Setup is a big part. You got to get on tendencies of the hitters, taking risks. Then hand position's part of it, timing is part of it. I guess I already said hand position, getting over the net ceiling as compared to high, which part of the hands is it hitting your arm? So there's a lot of different components that, these guys we've worked a lot with, and Norah in particular, on diving, so that's been a big focus for her because she's naturally can get higher and over. Now we want her to take more risk, right? So those are things that we continue to work on.
Thank you.
Toward the end of non-conference play, y'all had some close sets that you were giving up. Today, you had some close sets that you were able to drive and pull away at the end. What was the difference on the court?
I feel like we've been talking a lot about communication and like on the court in our huddles, having like a purpose with it. And so I feel like we've been a lot more calm. In games past non-conference, I feel like we just get kind of tense, but we've been trying to focus on like communicating in our huddles, taking a deep breath, like calming down, and so then we can push and stop them from getting on runs.
Yeah, I'd say communication. Also, we're just playing a lot cleaner these past 2 games. We're hitting at a really high hitting percentage. Our defense has been great. I think just we've been super aggressive and leaning on each other more than the end of conference, I feel like. I mean, non-con.
I know it's a small sample size, and this is probably a better question for after you watch the film, but, I think Georgetown was 2 out of 7 on getting to 3 in a scoring run, and today Villanova was 1 out of 12. So it seems like...
What is the stat that you're talking about? 1 out of 12 of
so
what?
it's like 3-0 is a scoring run, so obviously stopping at 2 is what you're trying to prevent, right?
Okay.
Yeah, so today you sided out 11 times out of 12 chances Nova had to go on a run.
Okay.
So I guess, what do you feel like has changed in terms of the strides you've made to prevent those? Because it obviously helps you pull away. And
Yep.
everything like that.
Well, I thought we sided out really well, particularly in game 1. Game 2, you look at those numbers, 66% is good. Game 3 was not good. You don't ever want to be below 60%. We just were able to go on runs, so that was the difference in that. But we talked about against Rice, we gave up unforced errors, kind of in repetition some. And so, I think one of the things we talked about before the match was, like if I make an error, we got to make sure the next person steps up so that we don't make back-to-back errors. So I thought we did a pretty good job of that overall.
Anything else?
Yeah, I guess, how do you feel you didn't know those 2 key cogs? I know, with the short scout, it's difficult because you have to turn around and, this was arguably the tougher of the 2 matchups. How do you feel like your blockers, your servers, everything that kind of goes into that chain did in terms of limiting their efficiency?
Booth for sure is their key cog. Who were you defining as their second?
Homer, I guess.
Homer? Okay, because we kind of had Chris as the next.
Yeah.
But, I thought Booth was the one that we thought really could eat us some. And we did obviously really contained her. Chris was solid. None of them were able to take over the match. I thought number 5 got some good kills, but looking at her numbers, she just has errors, but she can smoke the ball some too. And I thought, she was really attacking us down the line, so we had to make some adjustments on her that you notice sometimes that a little bit more.
Yeah, didn't seem like they were in the system a whole lot.
No, I thought, we disrupted them with our serving again.